Hey everybody, in this video we're up in Mississippi to ride Longleaf Trace in our quest to find a few more fall leaves before the end of the season. Hey, it's Troy and Andrea. We're out here on the Longleaf Trace in Mississippi. We drove up last night, stayed in Hattiesburg, and then we drove up to the other end of the trailhead in Prentiss. Now, ideally, we would love to drive all the way from Hattiesburg to Prentiss.
On the trail.
On the trail, which is 44 miles. But without transportation back and only having one day to do it before we got to be back home. We came up to Prentiss. We're driving about halfway down the trail, turning around and going back. And enjoying some fall leaves, some more scenery. It's beautiful.
It is. We are loving this trail. It is absolutely beautiful. What's the matter, Andrea?
I had to gear higher. Is that higher when I go downhill? So I geared higher because I was coming down fast. And then all of a sudden it dipped down and came up really fast. And I couldn't gear back down. And my gear, I'm in too high of a gear to go uphill. So I had to walk it up.
Okay, so we've come about a little over 9 miles and we're at the Carson rest stop in the little town of Carson. And it's so cool that the railroad used to come through here and this would be one of the places it would stop, and now it's a bike trail. And that's what makes this fun. And so we're out here and so far so good. We're gonna push on to Bassfield.
Video, I talked about how when we find a trail that we want to ride, I look on Facebook to find a group to join so I can get, you know, some tips about the trail. And don't you know it, Longleaf Trace doesn't have one. So I did find Rails to Trails, joined that group, which has been really helpful. I've learned about a lot of trails on there, heard about some new ones I didn't know about, so got some things to map out for the future. But one of the things I did ask was, if I only had 20 miles to ride on Longleaf Trace, which direction do I want to come? So that's how we came to the decision to start out in Prentiss and ride this direction, because that was the prettier side from the feedback that I got in the group.
Here we are as far as we're going to go today on the Longleaf Trace. We went just a little past mile marker 30, came down to this intersection right here. It's called, I think it's called Hosey Mickle Road or something like that. It's just an intersection we decided to turn around because the goal today is to get at least 32 miles in. That's 2 miles more than what Andrea's ever done. And so, how you feeling?
I feel pretty good. What's different this time in all the training that we've done, it was just, you know, to get more seat time and so that tender area can handle it all. And I've never really felt fatigued in my legs before in all the training that we've done. And even 2 weeks ago when we did the 30 miles, legs never felt fatigued. It felt like I could still keep going. This is a little bit more up and down, up and down. This is for the first time, my legs, I'm feeling it right in here in my legs a little bit for the first time.
All right. Well, we've got, according to the mileage marker, we've got 14 miles to go back to Prentiss. So we'll just take our time and see how it goes. All right, well, we did it. We're back where we started. We are back at Prentiss Station where we started out this morning. We went down to the little town of Carson and then down to Bassfield, a little past that so that we could get more mileage than Andrea's done before. This time, how much?
33.6, and my calorie burn was more than 2,500.
And so the whole point of all this is to get out and see some of these trails and get to know the different rails to trails and increase our mileage each time. Listen, we're amateurs, we're just newbies, we're beginners, but we are having a blast. This was a beautiful trail. We had a good time today. Once again, over 6 hours out on the bicycle. We started out in the morning and now here it is, the sun's about to set. We had a wonderful time.
We did. One of the best parts was about 2 miles up from here, there's a trail that goes off to the side. It goes to a lake. And that gave us, twice we did a 15% grade, and I think 2 more times a 12% grade was there. I saw a sign for 11, but I don't know if that was part of the 12. But that was only 2 miles in. I've never ridden that kind of elevation before in my life. So I think that this is the first time I've had a little bit of fatigue, and that was probably why, but it was beautiful. It was so worth it.
Well, thanks for being with us. We hope you enjoyed another one of Troy and Andrea's little adventures.